to Monday Night Raw, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great day and that you're ready for another episode of Universe Mode. It's Monday, of course, Monday Night Raw. We are going to jump into the show here momentarily, but before that, be sure to drop a like if you haven't already, and I'll probably reiterate that later on. Fort Worth, Texas. Let's get Monday Night Raw underway now. So it looks like we're going to start off Monday Night Raw this week with Fandango of the Fashion Police. He might have an update on, or it looks like he has an update on the Rusev case. Let's see what Fandango has to say now. I assume you guys know why I'm out here. Last time you saw Tyler Breeze or myself, it was with an update. This time, I have great news for you guys. We have finally cracked the case. We know the culprit who caused the power outage at Hell in a Cell in the main event. I'm going to get right to it. As Tyler and I both knew who it was from the beginning, we can now confirm that indeed was Rusev who caused that power outage, therefore costing Chris Jericho a shot at the Universal Championship, or at retaining his Universal Championship against Seth Rollins. The result of that match is in the books now, but by orders of Edge, our lovely general manager, we must dish out some punishment. Hold on a minute. Rusev does not look too happy cutting off Fandango here, after it's revealed that it was Rusev who caused that power outage all the way back at Hell in a Cell. In the main event, Rusev storming down to the ring, mic in hand. I told you and I told Tyler weeks ago, get off my case, no pun intended, Fandango. Leave me alone and stop accusing me of things I did not do. You guys keep coming out here every couple weeks with evidence pointing towards me as the culprit. Yes, it was me who was at the top of the ramp while the power outage was taking place, but it was not me who caused it. Why were you out there at the top of the ramp then if it wasn't you, Rusev? Answer that. I wanted to scout out some competition. I wanted another shot at the Universal Championship, and I didn't get it with Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho has been in this company for way too long, and he at that time was hogging the top prize here on Monday Night Raw from people like me. So you have a vendetta against Chris Jericho. I could gather that, and I understand. But Chris Jericho is one of the best of all time, and the best is still on Monday Night Raw. We all get our chance, Rusev. No. You don't get it, Fandango. He keeps taking up places for younger talent and for people more deserving like myself. Did you ever stop to think maybe Fandango or Tyler Breeze or both of the Fashion Police could be Universal Champions someday? I think everybody dreams of that at some point, Rusev. But you have to understand, we can't just cost other people their chances at retaining or gaining a title. We gotta do things the right way. Screw doing things the right way. We gotta take our own opportunities. That's why you or Tyler have yet to become tag team champions here on Raw. You guys just go poke your nose into other people's businesses, not fully understanding someone's mindset and situation at hand. I get what you're saying, Rusev, but I have to tell you what the punishment that Edge came up with is. Tonight, he wants you to compete in a 2-on-1 handicap match against myself and Tyler Breeze in a little bit. The second punishment is you must enter the Royal Rumble match in 2 weeks' time as entrant number 1. Okay, big news there by Fandango. I know you're not liking that, and I know you want to beat my head in, but hold on a second. I'm going to go get Tyler, and we're going to have that handicap match that Edge orders tonight. Alright, huge news here by Fandango of the Fashion Police. Rusev not too pleased Fandango cautiously leaving the ring to go get his Fashion Police buddy Tyler Breeze. Huge news, Rusev must enter the Royal Rumble match at number 1, and he has to deal with Breezango in a handicap match coming up next. We just heard the shocking news moments ago that all the evidence that Breezango has been updating us on over the past several weeks has pointed to Rusev being the culprit. We didn't hear directly from Rusev that he admits to doing it, but everybody pretty much knows that it was the Bulgarian Brute who caused that power outage back at Hell in a Cell. So before that commercial break, Fandango revealed that Rusev's first punishment was having to enter the Royal Rumble match in a couple weeks' time as entrant number 1, which only one or two superstars in the Rumble match's history have won from that position. So if Rusev wants these chances he was speaking of earlier, he's going to have to go the distance in the Royal Rumble match. But the second punishment is technically taking place right now, a 2-on-1 handicap match against Fandango and Tyler Breeze. Rusev and Fandango going back and forth. Rusev in trouble a bit. Kick to the midsection by Fandango. Rusev turns him around. Reversal by Fandango again. Side Russian leg sweep. Nice follow through by Fandango. Rusev's furious stormed down to the ring before interrupting Fandango in the giant reveal. Rusev going right after the left leg. Oh, and a shoulder tackle against the ropes. Fandango clutching his knee. Tyler Breeze wants in on this match. Fandango gets to his feet. Step up in Seguri. I don't know how he mustered up enough energy to do that. Rusev tosses him in the corner. Fandango in trouble. Big arm drag reversal. Again, I don't know how much breaking news that technically was, that it was Rusev. He still denies it. But now Tyler Breeze, the legal man in this matchup. I'm assuming, just as Breezango has known this, or speculated it for weeks, that our general manager here on Monday Night Raw, Edge, has also had the same inklings since Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Tyler Breeze taken down again. Rusev in a predicament, but faring very well up to this point. Big left hand to Breeze. Big reversal, inverted DDT to Rusev now. Tyler Breeze going to the second rope. Rusev not in a good spot. Drops the double elbows right to the face. The Bulgarian Brute in trouble now. But like I was saying, Edge definitely has an eye for stuff like that, knowing if someone's lying or doing something they shouldn't. Big clothesline there by Breeze takes Rusev down quickly. Goes for the beauty shot. Rusev in trouble. Setting him up for the unprettier into the cover. 1, 2, and Rusev no kicks out. And almost defeated by the Fashion Police here. Probably not what something Rusev was expecting to start off things here Monday Night Raw, but losing to the Fashion Police in a 2-on-1 handicap match will probably not do too much for Rusev's supposed chances and earnings of opportunities in the near future here on Raw. So Rusev needs to get in control. Doing that right now. Inverted DDT takes Breeze out. And like I was saying before, only a couple, if any, or one or two superstars in the Rumble match's history have won from the number 1 position. So Rusev, we already know one participant in the Rumble match. Could assume that the Fashion Police will also be in that matchup as well, since they don't or aren't involved in any current tag team storylines and are going for the tag team titles at the moment, even though Rusev did make a valid point when interrupting Fandango that all these two have been pretty much doing is poking their nose in other people's business, not going for the gold here in the tag team division of Monday Night Raw, but everyone does their own thing. And Breezango tend to be good at investigating shenanigans that go on here on Monday Night Raw. So Tyler Breeze into the corner. Rusev turning his luck of the match around, turns his attention right to Fandango, tosses him over the rope back into the ring. Just tossing Fandango into the legs of Tyler Breeze. Big forearm to Rusev, elbow to the face, takes him down. Setting Rusev up for another unprettier, and he hits it into the cover. 1, 2, 3, and okay. Not much of an upset since it was a handicap match, but Breezango were able to put Rusev away. And this is not the start to a week Rusev was hoping or expecting. But Breezango dish out punishment number 1, or technically punishment number 2, as they reveal, and I said it twice already during this matchup, the other punishment, but that's in a couple weeks at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. So Breezango are victorious here tonight. We're going to move on to the rest of the show here in a second. If you haven't already dropped a like on this episode, be sure to do so. But now we're going to get into the next matchup. With the rest of the show, we have singles match for that continuation there. On his way to the ring first, one half of the Hardy Boys, Jeff Hardy, in singles competition tonight. Last week, his brother Matt took on one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions in Jey Uso. Unfortunately, he was unable to pick up the victory. Jey forced him to tap out to that, I don't even know what they call that, submission maneuver, but Jey picked up the victory, so Jeff looking to avenge his brother's loss from last week. Again, just straight up one-on-one competition, no brothers at ringside. As we've been saying, I don't need any further shenanigans going on here on Monday Night Raw. So Jeff versus Jimmy. And Jeff trying to pick up a victory and some momentum for the Hardy Boys heading into their final encounter with the Usos for the Raw Tag Team titles come the Royal Rumble. So on his way to the ring is one half of said Raw Tag Team Champions in Jimmy Uso. Again, regardless of whoever wins that matchup at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, there will need to be new challengers, no more rematches. We've seen these two teams pretty much go at it as much as humanly possible over the past couple weeks and months. So whoever walks away, or rather walks out of the Royal Rumble Raw Tag Team Champions, we're going to have to start finding new opponents for them for the rest of Universe Mode pretty much. Because, well, before I forget, I guess, small Universe Mode update. Once we finish up with WrestleMania, which still is a little while away, but once we finish with that, I believe we are going to take a short break from Universe Mode, get a refresh of storylines, maybe do a bit of a draft, and come back in WWE 2K18, which was confirmed yesterday that it will be released in the fall. I didn't look into the article that I saw too much, so I don't remember specifically when, but we know it's going to be October, roughly around when 2K18 came out. give or take a couple days, as Jeff gets a big reversal Northern Lights suplex to Jimmy, takes him down quickly. But yeah, so we are going to, once WrestleMania is done with, we still have a couple pay-per-views before that in the Elimination Chamber and Fastlane, and a couple regular weeks in between. But we still have to get to the Royal Rumble first, so just a lot of foreshadowing pretty much for the near future as Jeff just rains right hands down on the face and head of Jimmy Uso. Makes him drop very fast there with the right hand. Kicks to the midsection. Keep sidetracking myself there as Jimmy gets a reversal form in the corner. So we have the next, we have NXT TakeOver San Antonio, which is going to be in a week or two. And then regular week of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Then we have the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. After that, there is a couple weeks, and then you have Fastlane and the Elimination Chamber. Then there's a couple more weeks after that, and then WrestleMania. So everything I'm saying within the last couple minutes or so isn't really valid for right now. Just a little universe mode housekeeping, so to speak, as Jeff gets a big reversal jawbreaker there on Jimmy, has him in the corner, raining right hands down on him again, for him in the corner once more. But yeah, basis of this little housekeeping news, once we're done with WrestleMania, we'll be taking a somewhat brief break from universe mode to get refreshed with storylines, and then probably a draft. So my upload schedule will shift around a little bit to make some room as Jimmy goes over the top rope, crashes onto the floor. Jeff takes momentum right back. So we're gonna get back into commentary of this match. Referee starts his count. Big chops and right hands. He gets driven rib first into the steel ring steps. Referee's count is at 3 already. Now, good measure there. Jeff throwing Jimmy into the steel ring steps. Count of 4. The two just collide into each other. Count of 5. Jeff trying to get back in. He does. Count of 6. Not sure what Jimmy's doing. Jeff, springboard crossbody, hits Jimmy right at the edge of the ramp. Resets the count. Kick to the midsection. Twist of fate on the outside. Jeff wasting no time with the offense. Tosses Jimmy back in. Jeff going up top. Looking to put Jimmy Uso away for good. Jimmy still on his back. Goes for a diving elbow drop but misses. Jimmy sidesteps it. Jeff Hardy now the one in trouble. Picks him up, puts him on the top turnbuckles. Not going to be good. Sets him up in the tree of woe. Double foot stomp right to the chest. Jeff Hardy getting the wind knocked right out of him. Big jawbreaker. Misses the diving or the running crossbody. Side Russian leg sweep by Jimmy. These guys going back and forth just as their respective brothers did last week. Both guys with a never say die attitude. And probably some of the most resilient superstars, or two of the most resilient superstars on the Raw roster to date. Big elbows from Jimmy Uso. Looks like he's going to pick up Jeff, and he does. Goes for a DDT. Jeff, knee to the midsection, hits with the crossbody this time. Jeff going up top. Hits the Swanton Bomb. We're going to see the replay once again. Fully connects on the maneuver. Into the cover on Jimmy Uso. 1, 2. And no, Jimmy kicks out at the last possible millisecond there. Jeff Getting a little frustrated there, going up top a second time. Going for a Swanton Bomb again. You can see Jeff clutching his lower back after hitting it a second time in a row. I don't know if Jimmy will be able to kick out of a second Swanton Bomb, but Jeff into the pin. 1, 2, 3, and that is it. Jeff Hardy picks up a hard-fought victory over Jimmy Uso, avenges his brother's loss from last week. Hardy Boys get some momentum heading into their rematch with the Usos come the Royal Rumble. Again, another great showing by Jeff Hardy and Jimmy Uso, respectively. So you see some of the highlights of the matchup. 2 Swanton Bombs back to back finally puts Jimmy away. Jeff the high flyer and the veteran. Huge victory here on Raw tonight. We're going to move on to tonight's main event now. Main event time here Monday Night Raw. On his way to the ring is the Drifter, Elias. And if you guys remember back to last week, Elias was bragging and just going on about how he should get opportunities. He's been winning these multi-man matches. Every time he's been in one, he was interrupted by the powerhouse of the New Day in Big E. They had a back and forth. They even had a matchup which I believe Big E came out on top of. And following that matchup, the two shook hands, but that respect and stuff didn't last too long, as when Raw went off air, Elias was backstage, accepted an interview with Renee Young, and just started trash talking Big E and the New Day some more, and then demanded a match against one of the New Day's other members. And then during that backstage interview, Xavier Woods came up and accepted Elias's challenge. That's the match that we're going to get here to close out Raw tonight. So Elias in the ring will be taking on Xavier Woods of the New Day, assuming with Big E and Kofi in his corner. But we'll see how this goes. Elias, again, sign of respect at the end of the match last week, and just Elias just flipping a coin pretty much, and just continues to bash the New Day. Xavier Woods will be accompanied by both Big E and Kofi Kingston, so it should make for an interesting matchup. It could easily be a 3-on-1 situation for Elias, so he does have to be careful as the New Day make their way to the ring. Funky dance moves, unicorns, trombones, and all. So we're going to get into tonight's main event. Elias versus Xavier Woods. Let's do this. Elias just goes right after Woods, picks him up and just tosses him halfway across the ring. Showing off his power, plants Woods with DDT. Woods hasn't gotten any offense to start as Elias, oh there we go, Woods with the form to the face, kick to the knee by Elias. He's going right after the arm and picks him up, jeez. Elias pulling new tricks out of the bag slowly but surely. He had some interesting maneuvers in his match against Big E, takes Xavier down with a wicked lariat. Elias up to second rope, calling for Woods to get up. Double axe handle takes Xavier right back down, rolls under the bottom rope. Elias in control. Woods trying to catch a breather. Elias just waiting, hits him with the right hand. Takes him off the apron onto the floor. And Elias wasting no time. Leaping clothesline off the apron. Xavier Woods in a lot of trouble. Gets a reversal inverted DDT. Needs to create some distance, literally and figuratively. See Big E coming across the outside a little bit as Xavier Woods has a moment there to taunt Elias. Woods gets him into a roll-up. 1, 2, and Elias reverses it. 1, 2, 3, and no, and Elias gets the cheap pinfall there on Xavier Woods. Not what the New Day were expecting when they accepted this matchup. Big E into the ring, not too pleased about the way Elias, okay, there's a bit of an encounter here. Elias now extending the hand. Big E not falling for it a second time. Disrespectful victory there for Elias. To wrap up things here from Monday Night Raw. If you guys enjoyed this episode of Universe Mode, be sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And we will see everybody next time.